beep 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 beep. I don't know. I don't remember how it goes. It's been a while. Oh Lord. Howdy, hamsters. Howdy, objection overruled. Howdy over there. I'm trying to monitor the chat. It's late. It's Friday the 13th, hamsters. Aren't we scared? Oh, come on down. Did anybody watch that crazy case recently? The Amy Harwick case that was the Hollywood sex therapist that was Drew Carey's ex-girlfriend who was unalived by her insane other ex-boyfriend from years previous. Anyways, I'm a ramblin' ham. Welcome, Lisa Maxwell. I'm in outer space as per usual. How are all of you doing? It's time for some snark. I don't know how long I'll make it tonight, folks. I'm not... I think I caught Hot Ham Jr.'s cold, finally. She is away at a sleepover, so thankfully I can be in outer space and sleep a lot and hopefully be able to work tomorrow. Yeah, objection overruled. Hey, Laura. Welcome. Just a disclaimer, Hot Ham is looped. I thought I'd kick this off with a nice video from Keith Raniere. It'll probably get struck because I'm playing it through YouTube. I'll bet you Allison Mack will strike me because she's out of jail now, folks. So I just thought it would be interesting to look at some Keith Raniere. You know, he's not a religious cult. NXIVM is still a thing, but Keith here is in prison for 120 years. It's wild. If you don't know about the NXIVM case, look it up. It's crazy. It's way crazier than most people think. We all heard about, the branding situation with this case, but whoa, it went way deeper. So I thought it would be fun to compare old Jodester to this piece of crap. Let's hear it, shall we?
I mean, that kind of leads me to my next question, which has to do with authenticity. Because then it seems more like the creativity comes from a place of just originality or soulfulness, if you're looking at it in a positive light.
Authenticity and creativity are an interesting match. We don't like to think of ourselves as robots. Mm-hmm. And if you are coming off as robotic, most people say that's somehow inauthentic. There has to be an inauthenticity to that. Mm-hmm. Because we're not robots. So what does it mean to be authentic? When someone's authentic, you feel them.
Is it kind of like being in truth?
Feeling of a soul there. Not a robot, right. Not some pre-programmed, contrived face or something along those lines. It just seems to come naturally from their experience of existing on this planet, from the time they
I know,
are
right? I hate him
conceived
so much.
and
I
they
hate him
become
so
a
much.
child and grow. And
There's a
all
whole
of this thing,
channel
they gather
still exists
this unique impression
all these
of
interviews.
existence. And authenticity somehow is a manifestation of all of that. And it also relates to wisdom. I always say wisdom is taking your life experience.
It does
and being able to
relate
apply it
to
in a
wisdom,
decision.
Keith. Thank you.
It's a global way of
It's a
acting
global,
as opposed
authentic
to a narrow way
distortion,
where,
I
I
think,
feel like
Lisa.
doing
Yeah.
this. I'm not thinking of anything that ever happened to me. No lessons have ever been learned, and I'm just going to go and do this thing. Likewise, authenticity has no additional layers of artifice, no trying to be something that you think you should be. It's just a pure state of being.
Pure
So
state
one
of
would say
being in my
authenticity
cult.
is being as you are and expressing as you are, at least to some degree. And as you are is, of course, the sum of your whole past. So when someone's being authentic, you get the feeling that not only that there's a person there in the moment, but somehow you reach into their very essence and you meet a unique individual.
I don't know why that makes me want to cry. It's beautiful.
Well,
Makes me want to cry too. That you want to
these are all
cry.
things that we strive for. We strive as individuals. We strive
Sorry,
to
is he
break
wearing a
through
purple
type of
pantsuit?
existential.
What is going on there? Is that purple on purple? Look, she's crying. Alice and Matt, calm down. You like dated Superman or something
Isolation.
on TV.
We want to touch someone. We want to know that other people have souls. We want to experience this. We want to experience connection. Things like
Connection.
what
Keyword
we
is
call
connection.
love, and compassion.
What we would call love.
Even something like, as I say, connection or rapport. Some people call it an energy or whatever.
Some
but
would-
now
some
we're
might
not
say,
talking
some might
to
say.
a machine. We're talking to
perhaps
another
an energy.
human. And even if that human is a
This
machine,
video feels like it's
somehow
about 20
we
minutes
imbue
long.
It with we
And it's only like
even
3
ask
minutes
the
long.
question, is this thing alive? Is this thing thinking?
Yeah.
Is this thing thinking? I don't think so. Anyways, back to our friends. Let's recap, shall we? Let's just buckle our seatbelts. Are we ready to... Oops, slide in that one. Let's go back to distortion. Buckle your seatbelt. Ever wonder what a day is like? I know I've watched this like 8 times at the end of the last live, but I can't help it. And I also want to clarify something really important. I hope everyone understands this is a entertainment channel, and I also actually care about victims, and this is sort of a safe space. Everybody's welcome. Hey, Electra. Good to see everybody. I was not making fun of lesbians or anything. Just letting you know. I hope it's understood that I am making fun of these crazy people who horrifically abused this woman's children. And I find it interesting, and it is an interesting angle to this story. The whole thing it's just kind of, it seems like maybe they were more than friends. I don't know. I hope they were, honestly. I hope for their sakes they were. I hope that these ladies got a little bit of happiness in their lives before they're put in prison for hopefully a very long time. Anyways, happy Friday the 13th.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to spend the day with Jodi?
So what exactly is this?
It's Luthien
Distortion
Ethel.
in aisle 10. Who's what's it? I'm alarmed. Look at all the lust. And what in the world is
I
a
too am
Tootsie?
alarmed.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
What in the world is a Tootsie?
Is this
Is
truthful?
that the
I mean,
movie
this is
with
just not acceptable.
Dustin
There's no
Hoffman?
truth in this aisle. Actually, this is full of distortion. I don't even know what that means. What call it? lust.
Who
Lust.
is that
Lust.
poor
Lust.
person
Lust.
in this
Unbelievable.
weird?
Well, here's your chance to spend 2 days with Jodi and myself in an intimate setting, getting all of your genuine questions and concerns answered. Come spend 2 days with us in southern Utah hiking, jet skiing, engaging in training sessions, and one-on-one coaching.
We're having
Or
so
spend 2
much
days with us
fun.
in Lake Havasu, enjoying training sessions, one-on-one coaching, good food, and boating.
One-on-one
Go
coaching, if
deeper,
you know what I
quicker
mean.
with this life-on-life training, where you will be spending all day and evening with Jodi and myself, getting the help that you need. Go home with the tools that you've been wanting to create this peaceful life for yourself. Also, don't forget we have a women's retreat coming up in October. Get it on your calendar. Hey! Hey! Let me in! Is someone running circles around you in your life? Jodi's running circles around me.
She says it's all gonna be good. She wouldn't throw Pam off. She'll throw me though. Huh?
Was that part of the ride?
You were flying your body all over that thing.
I kept on thinking your legs were your arms because I couldn't tell what part of your body was up and what was down.
I mean,
Yeah.
my legs, they were doing their own thing.
You're
Have you
sliding.
ever wondered what it would be like to spend the day with Jodi?
So what exactly
I'm in
is this? A whatchamacallit?
A whatchamacallit?
Distortion in aisle 10.
Trying to get out of here.
Who's he? What's
Trap
it?
me in here.
I'm alarmed. Look at all the lust.
Get me out of there. Whoa, that was scary. Sorry. Sometimes I get caught in distortion and I just don't know what to do. It's really rough. Oh man. I had to keep going, you know? I'm sorry if this interrupted your Friday. But this is so important. Oh God. Unmet expectations. It's my jam. Oh, let's hear it, Joe.
Expect fidelity, you expect honesty, and then when the person doesn't show up honest, then you're angry and you're blaming them and you're resentful. That's where
Who,
it
me?
turns into control. Versus when the person is dishonest, you expect it, and when they're dishonest, you go to them and you say, "Hey, I expect honesty, and you have committed to be honest, and
Hey,
you
I
just
expect
evidenced
you
me
to
that you were not honest.
Be in my cult.
And so I'd like to understand why that is, and is that going to stop? Is your dishonesty going to stop? Because I'm not willing to stay in any kind of interaction with you as long as you're going to continue to be dishonest." So that's how you deal with it in truth and not control. Control
this is
would
kinda
be
boring.
you were dishonest and you hurt me and it's your fault and I'm angry at you and you're causing me pain, and
Look
that
at
would
all
be
these-
control. You're in a relationship and you expect fidelity, you expect honesty, and then when the person doesn't show up,
Check this out. 69 weeks ago, maybe they're being dishonest because you aren't. Well, Jodi likes her double negatives, so that her followers probably are in double negative distortion. They're not enough. Maybe they're being dishonest because you're not providing them with a comfortable and supportive environment. Moms of truth. When a person decides to be dishonest, it is always because they are choosing. Nobody can force you to choose distortion. Can you tell that that's my Ruby voice? Because Ruby is Moms of Truth Instagram, and it's just being dishonest is just distortion. And that's what I have to say about it. Can you control your emotions? Let's hear it.
You and I have experiences. We have experiences even as we're sleeping. You don't get away from experiences.
We have experiences when we're sleeping? No. I'm not even. Hey, howdy, Catherine G. For real. Howdy, Candace. You made it. Don't worry, I just started. I'm on borderline distortion mode right now because I'm very tired and I think I caught my daughter's cold, so we'll see how long we last here. Gotta keep on trucking.
Night, I had an experience where I was laying in bed.
Do you think
It
she was
around
visited by
3 or 4 in the
aliens?
morning, and I heard.
Maybe that's what's
first
wrong
I
with
saw
her.
my bedroom light up. My room
Okay,
just lit
aliens.
up bright. I was like, "Who turned the lights on?"
Aliens.
So my perception immediately went to who turned the lights on. So I had an
Aliens.
experience. The room went bright, and I was dead asleep. After experience, so think of experience right here.
She needs to go to
After
a good
experience
alien
comes a perception.
psychologist.
So a perception is an interpretation of what the experience was. Now I was in distortion because I was perceiving that someone came into the room and flipped the lights on. That was not the reality.
Oh
So
my God,
distortion
Candace.
is anytime I'm perceiving something
Candace,
that's not
you
actually
should
the truth. The truth. The truth was
figure out.
lightning.
You
There was
gotta take a
lightning
picture or
storm,
something,
and my room lit up. So
or just
my perception was someone flipped the
just yell out your window. You don't matter. Give up.
light on. My feelings went to blame. Like that's immediately where my feelings went to. Who turned the light on?
Oh man,
And
that
it
would be
wasn't
so funny.
a humble like, oh, I wonder who turned the light on at 3 a.m. It was who turned the light on.
It wasn't a humble
I was
who
in
turned the light
distortion.
on.
My feelings of blame, my feelings of anger, my feelings of bitterness, my feelings of annoyance, those feelings were real.
Yeah.
Those feelings were
It's okay,
naturally
Ruby. It's
following my
okay.
perception.
You can admit that
And
aliens
they were in
visited you.
distortion.
It
And
happens to
when
millions of
when
people.
The thunder boomed
It's fine.
about 1 second later, my perceptions immediately shifted to, oh, no one came in and turned the lights on.
She's
have a
really
lightning
good at
storm going
deducing
on.
things. Oh, there's a
So
lightning
my
storm.
perceptions
Wow.
changed, and then
Is
my
that what we figured out?
feelings changed immediately. I went from
Wow.
anger,
It's like cause and effect.
resentment,
Wow.
bitterness, blaming,
She's really
irritation,
onto something here.
relief. It went to, I felt, oh, okay, everyone's in bed.
It's not
No
the
one broke into
aliens.
my
Don't worry.
house. All the kids are still sleeping. I don't need to get
All
out
the
of
kids are still
bed.
tied
Nobody's
up at
in
my
an
weird lesbian
emergency. I
lover's
can just sit and listen
house
to the
4 hours
rain.
away.
My feelings shifted to
It would be
calm,
funny
like
if it
in a
wasn't
snap.
true.
In a snap. And so you have an experience, you have perceptions, and then you have
Got it, Ruby.
emotions.
Thank
or
you.
feelings. Every day,
Has she started over?
you and I
Has she
have
done this like 3
experiences.
times? Thank you, Ruby. In all sincerity, thank you for telling me that every day I have experiences. Some of these look really good. Oh, jeez. That song. Wow, look at these comments. Ooh, they were... Wait. These are old comments. Interesting, and they're all pretty bad. I haven't seen many positive comments on Planet Jodi Hildebrandt.
When they start acting out with behavior.
When they shart what? Let me start that over. When they shart what? Oh man. See, here we go. Here we go. Hot Ham is tired. I can't wait to see those chess game ones. I wonder what that... Wait. Oh, God. Look at all of Ruby's hairdos. Oh, God. What is driving your kid's behavior?
And they start acting out with behaviors,
There it
video
is.
games, or they may act out with lust, they may act out with drugs or food or aggression or
Happiness.
Some kids act out with like reading books, like they hide behind books.
Oh, God
Some
forbid.
kids want to, hang
hate
with
when
their
my
friends
kid
all
reads
the time.
books.
They don't want to come home, so they
I hate when
distract
my
themselves with
kid
their friends.
has
There's
friends.
all these different
It's the
behaviors
worst.
that kids and adults go into to distract themselves from the fear that they don't matter. And usually they
What?
don't even know that they have the fear because they're afraid
Because they're normal.
to even look that way, and no one usually even helps them look that way. But that is the truth. And that's what's driving all of this kind of running away behavior. I don't want to be accountable. I don't want to be accountable. Like I don't want to do my schoolwork. I don't want to. Those are the principles of what's going on. When they start acting out with behaviors,
Unbelievable. They're acting out with behaviors such as video games. I wish video games were my behaviors. This is a picture of Jodi. Fear. It's a
Anytime you have fear, you're going to go into control.
Apparently that room that she's in, I've
Fear
heard
is
is
a place of
Sherry's room,
not
old room.
accepting your vulnerability. It's a place of
So
not
that's Ruby's house.
accepting that you're
Supposedly.
human. And it's in a place of accepting that I can't change. And it's in a place of I want things to be a certain way, and I'm afraid if they move in any other direction because I'm not confident in myself to follow the rhythm
All your
of life
adult
because
children
I need
moved
to know
away.
where life is going. It's this unwillingness to be flexible. It's an unwillingness to
Be flexible?
go with the flow. And I don't mean go
oh.
with the flow in a distorted way. I just mean life presents its way.
What? I must be going with the flow in a distorted way. That's what it is.
Anytime you have fear, you're going to go into control. Fear is a place of
So
not
you're in
accepting
fear
your
because you're in a state of constant
it's a place
control.
of not accepting that you're human, and it's in a place of accepting
Aliens, I'm telling you guys.
I can't change, and it's
I think
in
there's a
place
lot of evidence stacking up that Ruby was abducted
I want things to be a certain way, and I'm afraid if they move
by
in
a
any
bunch
other
of
direction, because I'm not confident in myself to
mountain
follow
climbing
the rhythm
alien.
of life because I need to know where life is going. It's this unwillingness.
I don't want to know where your life is going. Oh, believe me,
Are your children entitled?
Episode 122. Santa didn't come. That is cold. That is some cold shit. Santa didn't come. Episode 122. Oh, we've got material for years over here. Oh, Lord.
Are your children empathic? And is it possible
God,
to be
I hope not. I hope they don't have to empath you all the time.
empathic while being entitled? In today's episode, I'm going to break down exactly what your child is entitled to and what they are
Nothing.
not entitled to. I'm also going to give you an update on how
They
my
are
children
not
responded
entitled to
when I informed
happiness?
them Santa Claus would not be visiting this year, and
Oh,
how
we're
some
gonna
of our
have to
listeners
write that one
reacted.
down.
I'll be reading you some of their hate comments and breaking those down so that you can learn how to break down and see through manipulation.
Ooh, this one sounds
Hello,
like a good one.
everyone. I am your host, Ruby Franke.
Episode
Welcome to
122.
another episode of the Connections podcast.
We're not listening to it now because it might go into distortion. When your perceptions...
Let's talk about perceptions for just a minute. How many of you
she's
have
really-
purchased eggs lately? They're
Eggs?
very expensive. So when I went to the grocery store and saw
Oh,
that
eggs.
they were only $1.99, they were on sale. I thought, oh my gosh, hot dog, I am going to purchase a whole bunch of these.
I wouldn't trust
I
those
purchased
eggs.
the eggs with the idea that I would freeze dry them. Now, when you freeze
What?
dry, you want to make sure your eggs are raw. And
What?
I gave the instruction to the kids.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I want to help crack the eggs. I'm like, okay.
Is that a thing people do? I'm sorry. Am I in distortion? Do people freeze dry their eggs? Is that a hobby? I don't know why I'm asking this question. I'm sure I've learned a lot around
All
here.
We'll scramble them up and then we'll freeze dry them. Well, my perception of scramble was different than my kids' idea of scramble. And I came down to
Wait, what?
200 and
What? So, what? This sounds like the smelliest
50 eggs
day.
cooked and scrambled. Oh dear, I thought, oh, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, this is...
Let's talk about perceptions for
Wait,
just
that's
a
her
minute.
perception?
How many of you
How
have
does this...
purchased
I
eggs
gotta hear
lately?
this again.
They're very expensive. So when I went to the
I might be tired, I might be sick, but I really am in distortion as to how perception relates to making 250 eggs to freeze dry. Okay, we're really in Lori Vallow territory right now. I know a lot of you know that already, but nope, kids don't get any eggs. That one daughter got a couple with some ketchup, but the rest don't. Nope, they're going into probably into Jodi's panic, into her weird safe or whatever. She's probably just got a big block of freeze-dried gross dairy and milk duds and canned vom beans. Ew, and eggs. This is just like my night. This is horrible. Never eating again. Let's no wonder I'm always hungry after I do these lives because I can't eat. Like thinking about all of this because they're always talking about like weird, gross food situations that I'm like, ugh. And then I'm like dying at the end because I haven't eaten anything for like 8 hours. Okay. Where were you so long they would do this? Doubtful this even happened. Content, anyone? Oh, okay, that's a new comment. I just have to hear
grocery
this.
store and saw that they were only $1.99. They were on sale. I thought, oh my
Yes, Lisa, this is like that ad. Your brain on drugs.
gosh, hot dog, I am.
Scrambled eggs.
A whole bunch of these. So
And
I
two
purchased
different
the eggs
styles.
with the idea that
Also, did she say some of the eggs are scrambled and some are cooked? I don't know. Maybe
I would freeze
I
dry
don't know.
them. Now, when you freeze dry, you want to make sure your eggs are raw. And I gave the instruction to the kids. They're like, oh, I want to help crack the eggs. I'm
Oh,
like,
I
okay,
see.
all right. We'll scramble them up and then we'll freeze dry them. Well, my perception of scramble was different than my kids' idea of
Wait,
scramble.
who says scramble?
And I came down to 250 eggs.
Oh, I get it. This is a bit.
And scrambled.
And as our daughter
Oh dear.
is
I thought,
indicating
oh,
there,
that's
it
not
is
what I meant.
not cute. It is not a cute bit. It's actually really annoying. And I see what you did there, Ruby, and it was not cool. It was really dumb. Why would you do that? Like, just scramble them up as if any normal functioning human being would assume that you meant scramble up the raw eggs. Yeah, everybody knows that, right? What the fuck is she talking about? She's a crazy person. God, her poor kids, man. They must have been gaslit like crazy their whole lives, being told like, why do you not know that we need to scramble up our raw eggs before we freeze dry them? Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oops. Look, you're so silly. Ah, ha, ha, ha. My kids are so silly. They're so stupid. Ah, ha, ha, ha. What happens when you're a busy mom? Ah, ha, ha, ha. I'm sorry. Ugh. Your relationships are not here to make you be or feel safe. You are responsible for your safety. Well, if that's your reason, if that's your logic there, Jodi, I guess relationships are just for the birds. They're what the like what is she talking about? Ugh, I hate this. I hate this. Getting so mad. See, I knew this would...
Let me tell you the truth. This world where there are gangs and there is distortion.
Thank you. I needed a reminder of this. God is
and
good.
There are people who want to hurt others. That's not the
Like
real world.
you.
That is the delusional world.
No, you live...
And
well, then you live in the
so many
delusional
people
world.
living in the delusional
Oh, you're
world.
right. You're right, Ruby. You live in the delusional world where everybody's in distortion.
And so few people living in the truth that it looks like the distorted world is the real world. It looks that way. And the few people who are living in truth, they look like
Good to see you, Jennifer Bradford.
Do not throw your hands
Happy
up in the air
Friday.
and go, oh, well, you know, the real world is distorted. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie. The real world is reality. The real world is full of truth. The real world runs on principles
No way.
of creation.
No
And when
way.
you go
The
into
real world
fear,
is real?
you damn creation. Let me tell you.
Oh, I gotta hear that one again.
This
Come on, Ruby.
world
This is when it
where
gets
there are
real
gangs
stupid.
And there is distortion and there is lust and there are people who want to hurt others. That's not the real world. That is the delusional world. And we have so many people living in the delusional world and so few people living in the truth that it looks like the distorted world is the real world. It looks that way. And the few people who are living in truth,
I don't know where I am.
They look like Looney Tunes. Do not throw your
They
hands
do?
up in the air
Do
and
they?
go, oh,
Who?
well, you know, the real world is distorted. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie. The real world is reality. The real world
shit.
is full of truth. The real
Really?
world runs on principles of creation. And when you go...
No shit. Wow. I learned something. I hope everyone learned something there. Uh-oh, canceled in your home.
You are responsible for your thoughts, your feelings.
Do you think... wait, is she wearing the same outfit? Different out... oh, she's... do you think she just
You-
changed outfits? And just went into Sherry's room? I need more here. Haha, I don't quite grasp it. Kevin is responsible for his feeling of desperation. Man's slapped that divorce button so hard. What? Okay. What? I need to hear more here. Haha, I don't quite grasp it. Neither does she. Speaking from the child's perspective, please do not listen to her. The best way to understand your kid is to listen to them. Also, she says holding their love hostage is a very toxic way of thinking. Oh, these people can't write English, but your child doesn't owe anyone affection, especially if they're being misunderstood. They're people, not toys. Okay, I agree with the sentiment.
Are responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. That's it. And you're responsible to teach your child the same. You are responsible to be honest and humble and take accountability. That's it. When you're one of the reasons you're feeling overwhelmed is because you're not understanding the choice and accountability piece. You're scared to hold your...
Jennifer, there actually is a weird connection to Daybell through all of this. Like, I'm going to get into this eventually, but Jodi Hildebrandt, apparently what's it called? Truth. There's like a book that she loved that was also Chad Daybell's favorite book. Truth and Virtue and or something, some stupid sounding thing. And Tim Ballard too has had a recent scandal in the Mormon Church. And I just found some interesting little podcast episodes to play in the future, because this shit is real crazy and it goes real deep.
Your child accountable. How do I know that? Because of what you're going to ask in the third question, which I have not shared with you yet. But this mother is very...
Thank you, Candace. Whoa, we went into Nexium there. Visions of Glory. Thank you. Visions of Glory. Did you hear me? I was in distortion there. I was saying, what did I say? Virtues of truth. Visions of distortion. Thank you. Visions of Glory. Thank you. Yeah. Look up Visions of Glory. Chad Daybell. Jodi Hildebrandt. And also Tim Ballard, but that's another story. I'm just sort of absorbing all of this week.
By her children.
All the connexions.
I don't know your children. I don't know how they're reacting, but they are responding in distortion, and that could be they're giving you.
I don't know your children, but they are reacting in distortion.
Shoulder, they're yelling at you. They're being grumpy. They're refusing to give affection.
Yes,
they're holding their affection
Tim
hostage
Ballard.
unless you, the mom, do what I'm telling you to. You're being canceled in your own home. Your own children are canceling you.
Oh no, and we don't like being canceled, do we?
Thoughts, your feelings.
Oh, damn those liberals canceling all of us crazies.
Hi. I am so excited to meet with you tomorrow. Ruby and I have been talking about
Should get a
who
new
you are,
pair of hiking flip-flops.
the amazingness of this movement. We can feel the power of your energy, our energy. And we've been thinking about, okay, as we meet with these moms and dads, these men and women, these young adults.
You know what my favorite thing is about Jodi's videos in her house that she does alone is the echo. It sounds like she's literally in like a crazy mausoleum or like a weird church or like a mega church. It's her mega church house.
Male and female alike who love truth.
Mega church of destruction. Mega church of distortion. Mega church of distortion is the name of my new band.
Who want to move truth across this world, no matter where you live. We cannot wait to meet with you tomorrow. We're super excited. Sunday, and I don't know what time it'll be for everybody, but Sunday, Mountain Standard Time, 5 o'clock, which is July 3rd, which is tomorrow. We are going to meet and we're going to talk to you. And we want to hear from you. This is a
Look at her crazy
movement.
face.
Can you feel it? Ruby and I keep saying, wow, can you feel that? We're moving. We're moving. It's not we're moving like us as Ruby and Jodi. It's
you are.
Because we are connected to truth. Truth is moving. Mm-hmm. We are gathering people from all four corners of the earth, people who love truth, people who want to stand.
People who love loving on each other.
And humble, who want to bring back morals and principles into their own personal life, into their families' lives, into their community. Those people, you guys are going to be here tomorrow. So if that is something you're interested in, come and join us tomorrow, 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Sunday, July 3rd. And we're going to introduce who we are and what our mission is, what our thinking is. And I know it's going to align with you. And we want to invite you to gather with us. We are on a gathering project of people who want to live in truth. And then we want to teach you how to do it. It's just not enough to have the energy to want to be in truth. You have to learn how to do it. And I have spent half of my life practicing, learning.
How to create my
developing,
lesbian sex cult.
shifting, changing, trial and error as I live in truth.
trial
I'll tell
and
you,
error.
it's been real. It's been very real and very vulnerable. So we're excited to have you with us tomorrow, July 3rd, Mountain Standard, 5 o'clock, and we will see you. And just know I am thinking about you, and I'm praying
bet
for
you are.
so that we can come and meet with you tomorrow.
I'm
and be
thinking
very
about
sincere
you
about
while I eat
where
my
we'd
slop.
like to link arms and how we want to move this forward.
Oh, they're gonna link
with
arms.
You.
The
See you tomorrow.
linking of arms. That'll be the.
Hi.
That'll be their main like religious ritual. Is the linking of arms. I'm gonna intersperse something real quick, just to switch things up. Let's watch one more Keith
You
Raniere.
mentioned reverence, which is the curriculum that you developed.
It's only
sort
like
of, we call it like the
3
emotional
minutes
gym.
again.
And I find them to be very inseparable, the source and
Wait, let me start it over.
And you mentioned reverence, which is the curriculum that you developed that is sort of, we call it like the emotional gym. And I find them to be very inseparable, the source and reverence. Like you were saying, like, okay, so that the source opens up this kind of cavern of experience that you've shoved away for a long time, but it's like if you open the door to this thing and you don't know what to do with it or how to interface with it, or you don't have the strength to withstand the experience that comes back with that, then you have all this information about yourself, but you're kind of back where Robin Williams and Jeff Buckley are, like lost in the emotion of that experience.
Whereas in the source, it's hard for a person to be deeply authentic if they're inauthentic with themselves. And people who are inauthentic with themselves.
I'm just comparing these side to side because I like to hear the level of word salad that he and Jodi do. Like the way they're trying to coerce their followers. It's just like the craziest type of pandering. It's the craziest. I don't know why I see similarities between Jodi and him. It's more just a personality thing. It's not really, and plus the whole, sex cult thing, in my opinion. But I also think the scope of what Jodi has been involved with might, I wouldn't be surprised if it paralleled Nexium.
The nature of being inauthentic with yourself is that you're blind to it. Otherwise, you'd be authentic with yourself, and then you'd be sort of conning yourself on top of it.
Right.
But
Yeah,
true
God bless you, Allison Mack.
self-inauthenticity is blindness. It's an incompletion. But with understanding this philosophically and opening these areas up, then what are the practices? What are the actual practical tools that allow you to, if you will, it's almost custom design. You might call it designer emotional states, designer emotional capacity, designer emotional transitions.
Yeah.
Not only how do you design them, but how do you practice them?
Right.
See, how do you become good at
Right.
being angry? There's some people that are very good at being angry, and they practice it daily.
Right.
And the more
And
they practice, the
distortion.
better they get. But imagine if you could have a precise understanding of emotions
Yeah.
and the dimensions of all those emotions, and to be able to practice them
Yeah.
and to practice the different aspects of them, and practice even the experience that leads to love.
It's just incredible because I think
gonna
when we first
cry.
met and I first started studying the work that you produce, and just became a student of all the different exercises that you've developed and processes to build myself. I
Oh, well,
felt
they
like I
were
was in
banging
university
for
my
years.
soul. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. I've always loved education, but I've never really had a lot of formalized education. I think we kind of share in that.
No way. Sorry.
But this felt like education in terms of like nothing
Shade.
intellectually firm. It was more like I was educating like my inner light or my spirit or whatever. I don't know what to call it.
This the
I
light of
think, well, in a
mine.
way, you mentioned we share in that.
I'm gonna let it shine in
No, I think you're
truth.
better than I was. I had a lot of formal education. I just didn't. I abused
you
it.
didn't.
I didn't. No, I did complete it. I just didn't respect it the way maybe I could have.
No, I heard he didn't
In some
get a
ways, I got
degree.
some things from it that were very good, and in some ways I think I didn't get things I could have gotten from it.
Do you remember when he tried to be friends with the Dalai Lama?
It's
and
more
the
I
Dalai
had
Lama was like,
the
no.
opportunity and the structure, whereas you didn't have that same structure.
That's true.
That's true.
So you're better than I was at
I
that by
don't
far.
know about that.
He
Wiser.
targeted these people very specifically for years sometimes. He like focused on which women he was going to, try to pull in to his amazing... I have to admit, if I was going to join a cult, I'd probably rather be in Utah than in Albany, New York. That's where Nexium was based out of, was Albany, New York, in some weird development. And no, actually, I wouldn't want to be in either of those places. I'm going into distortion. Ooh. Wait, was that her? Yeah. Oh, God.
Your child has some very tender, very sacred years while they are young. This is the time to teach them the input value, which is the work, the resistance, the sweating, the participating,
the torture,
the responsibility. That's the input.
But that's
and when
all
you
you've
step
ever
in and
taught
you
your
give them allowance,
tiny children.
You are giving them the outcome. You're giving them the output, and they haven't learned to put the input in.
It's like
this little machine, and you put in hard work, and magic happens, and then you get the output of money or currency, and the feeling of, wow, that feels really good. It's rewarding. And when you take away the input and you only focus on the
has any
output
clue what she's
or the
talking about? Like, do you think she's
that is a form
lucid?
Of control. Your child has some very tender, very sacred years.
Sometimes I feel like she's on something, like maybe a prescription. I don't know. Maybe she's just high on milk dud love.
Welcome to Connections. I'm Jodi Hildebrandt.
High on hiking. Oh, here we go.
Motive.
I've never seen this. This is the first one where this is the first one where they're sitting in Jodi's creepy ass basement. Look, Jodi looks like Donald Trump, and Ruby looks like an elf on Christmas Day. I don't know what. And there's always a comment about the fact that through all these videos, there's always a plant directly in front of Ruby's hands, like right in the middle. And they also seem to have multiple cameras. Like, they have a whole crew going on here. And it's not cheap, whatever they're doing here. But, oh my God, this is like my favorite shit. But I haven't seen this first one because I didn't see the like terrible, weird Christmassy font for no reason, because apparently it's July 6th, 2022. It's not Christmas. Has anyone seen that show? Oh, God. Thank you, Candace. You guys are cracking me up. Happy Friday. I'm in distortion. Thanks for being here again. If you just got here, I think I'm sick. I'm pretty sure I'm sick with a cold, but I had to be here. I had to get to the videos of them sitting on the big weird couch in the big weird basement. But there's just so many questions. Do you remember that show though with Nick Galifianakis, Between Two Ferns? Wait, was it Nick Galifianakis? It was this weird like YouTube show or something, or it was like Adult Swim or something. And it was just like Nick Galifianakis interviewing random celebrities between two ferns. And it looks like Ruby is always just behind one fern. Behind one fern in distortion. Oh, okay. All right.
Motives. What is a motive? The motives, the definition is the why. It's the purpose. It's your energy. It's the desire behind what it is that you do.
Yeah, it's really your driving agenda. Motives.
I don't have the words, really, about how funny this is. Look at that freeze frame, by the way. But one of my favorite parts is those little microphones. See the little headset microphones? It's giving like early 2000s stock photography for like a cell phone company. Or, like, I don't... like 1-800-DENTIST or something. We're here. We're ready for your call. We've got our tiny little weird headsets that aren't even turned on. They're just a prop. Because I don't think they are turned on. Their sound quality isn't that good.
It's just like anything else.
No, actually, I'm wrong. I think in this one, they are turned on. They're working, but there's lots of videos where those headsets are definitely not working.
You can be in either truth or distortion. And if you miss those videos, make sure you go back and watch those. We've
It's just one of two things, truth or distortion. I can handle
done
that.
a video all about experience leads to
Yes,
choice.
they
and we
are.
can choose to perceive those experiences in truth or in distortion.
Right.
So naturally, my motives are going to be in truth or in distortion.
Now she's right of
So
two
there's only two
ferns,
options. You're either
left
going
of
to
two
choose truth,
ferns.
or you will default into distortion. So we can't say this enough. We've said it.
You
over
really
and over,
can't.
and we'll continue,
You really can't say
because
it.
you need to really understand. If you're not
You've said it
deliberately
enough.
choosing truth, you will default into distortion. It will be the other choice that you make.
Do you hear the
Well,
music?
because it's a default,
It's like Mario
most likely
Brothers.
you don't know.
Yes.
You may feel off, you may feel uncentered, or you may feel grumpy or stressed or
Oh, it
overwhelmed.
changed.
And no one has taught you this is what it is you're experiencing. This is distortion.
Yeah. And when she says experiencing,
is
this is what it is that you're
distortion.
choosing to perceive, quite literally. Because you're always making choices.
That's right.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, I think that is so fantastic because it keeps the locus of control, the locus of power within me.
Don't
Like,
look at the
I get
plants.
to
Like,
decide
don't
through
think
my
about the
agency
plants.
how I'm going to experience my experiences, like how I'm going to perceive them.
Well, isn't that freedom? Being able to have the choice, it feels empowering.
For sure. For sure. Liberation.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna have to like, oh, I have to like do some sort of subreddit about the plant situation in Jodi's basement because it is really strange and it looks strategic. There's like one palm thing over there and one fern here and one bush over there, and they're all in like a triangle. Like, what are they doing? Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna make it much longer. I'm so tired, but this is funny.
I was talking to a mom the other day, and
Oh, boy.
she has a daughter who's an adult, and the adult daughter has decided to not spend a lot of time with her parents. And the mom said to her, well, if you'll spend time with me, then I'll just listen to everything you have to say. I just want you around me. And I said to the mom, like, whoa, Mom, no. That's not the motive here. Your motive in truth, if you want to live in truth, yes, I want to live in truth. Then you just don't agree with everything that your grown daughter has to say. You assess it for truth. And you let her know that, wow, when you say
This has to be Ruby, right?
I'm going to
And
have to
Sherry?
really disagree with you. She's like, yeah, but if I say that, then she might leave again. And I said, yeah, she might. And your job is not to sit here and control whether she stays or whether she doesn't stay. Your job is to stay reflectant of truth. I was talking to a mom the other day.
Oh, just the other day, I was just talking to a mom. Okay, you guys. my truth is that I'm exhausted. It's been just under an hour, but this grocery looking video coming up here looks real funny. So I'm going to take the opportunity. I don't know what's in there. I have not seen this video yet. But it looks like a good one. It looks like a good one to, you know, to finish our distorted Friday the 13th evening. Yeah, I'm too tired. All right. Thank you all for being here. Let's see what is better than 33-cent cereal. Oh, right. Like, what's better? I get it. It's really real funny, ladies. You guys are real funny. I'm fading fast. Jesus. Stop it. Okay. Why are they always running into each other at the grocery store? Either with a watermelon or with like a mountain of... Oh, God, I can't. Okay. This is the same music that she used for that video with the neighbor. I gotta start it over. Sorry. And then I'm gonna tune on out after this. Our traditional street tacos and our Moms of Truth food truck. What? Is this just... Hang on. Okay. This is a short video so I can watch it a few times over and over before I check out for the evening after watching this checkout video. But why is it that like their entire social scene seems to be this co-op or something that's in this weird town? It's like one block probably. It's like, here, let's have a traditional street taco. This is literally like the one food truck and the one grocery store within like 100 miles. Wow, fancy seeing you here. Hamburger. Oh, I get it. Running into a good friend is better than... God. It just blows my mind. It's a real mind blower. Uh-huh. Yep, she's a real earth mama. Look at her. I really think she thinks she's like Eddie Vedder or something. Like she's wearing her like Into the Wild shorts. Sorry. With that, I am signing off. I'm really sorry, Eddie Vedder. I take it back. I love you. Thank you all for joining me. Love you all. I'll see you real soon for more distortion. Beep, 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 beep.